Tab Murphy, right?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I'm
meet
Rennie
you.
Cowan on behalf of Superman homepage.
Oh, is that right? Awesome.
Yes. So this movie is very exciting.
I'm excited about it.
That's great. That's great. So what brought you into this whole project?
Well, I had actually done, I have a good buddy who works at Warner Independent, they're a company that, along with DC, makes these movies. And he asked a couple years ago if I'd be interested in writing one. And I thought, I've never done superheroes. It'd be a lot of fun. So the first thing I did was Green Arrow. We did a script of Green Arrow. And that gave me, I think, kind of an entree into the process that they have in terms of writing these. And they have kind of the DC quality control police, that make sure that, and I say that jokingly, but they love these characters and they're respectful of them, and they want to make sure that whoever's working on the project, has the same kind of reverence. And so I did that, and it came out pretty well. And then they sent me that graphic novel and asked if I'd be interested in doing that. And I'm no fool.
That's great.
I mean, it was great. It was a great project. A lot of fun.
So in your research, of course, you said you read the graphic novel and all that. How close did you stay to the initial material?
I tried to be very reverential to the material because it was already a great story. Jeff had already written a great story. And what I needed to do, though, frankly, is I'd been kind of out of the loop and for maybe a decade, and I hadn't really been reading a lot of the Batman series, the Superman series. Even Darkseid was a villain that I wasn't familiar with, so I did go and do my due diligence to catch up a little bit. And so, but really, it was
the plot mechanics are different. But
the story was great. It was all there. I just needed to come in and just kind of be unobtrusive in my approach, right?
No.
So that I could, just kind of make sure that the script was exciting a read as the graphic novel.
Character,
So
you don't have
that was my job.
So do you think this is the definitive storyline for the origin of Supergirl?
He's really powerful and he's really evil and he's really
I don't know about definitive, but certainly for right now and this time, it's an awesome reinterpretation of certainly the ones we're familiar with. So, maybe in 20 years they'll have another one, but for now, this is as good as it gets, and especially with the inspiring artwork by the late Michael Turner, it was really just a joy to work on.
the Batman Year One is...
Now, in terms of character development, like Supergirl and Superman and Batman, how well do you think the storyline developed all that? And within the animated, when you're watching it animated, did the storyline? Do you think the film really did a good job of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that was also part of all of our jobs is to sort of take good material and enhance it.
Not even officially announced yet.
And develop the characters in a way that is true to what we all know their characters are, but it's fresh, right? It's showing us something new, maybe a different side of Batman or a different side of Superman, but all the while remaining organic and not feeling like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? And it's funny because I wrote a couple of things that I would get notes back from I call them the DC quality control police, and they would say, well, Batman would never say that, or Superman would not say that. And so, but that was great because that was helpful because sometimes you write for a joke or you write for a moment and you kind of don't realize that there's just 70, 80 years of, all this weight, and all this history of these characters, and then but they want you to be free to write too, and they were very encouraging, saying hey, write this, and we'll worry about it. We'll let you know when you cross the line. And so it was great. So very liberating in that sense. Because I was, you start and you're nervous. You're nervous that you're going to oh my God, it's Batman and Superman. And, I've had experiences of writing characters that, before, and fans, they can turn on you on a dime if, you're not respectful or you're not delivering something that they expect or want or know or are anticipating. So it makes for a little bit of a nerve-wracking beginning, but then all of a sudden, you know, it becomes liberating because, like I said, they're very encouraging to go ahead and take chances, and they'll rein you in. You know, they'll be the ones to say, hey, he wouldn't say that, he wouldn't do that, you got to check this out. But there wasn't a lot of that, frankly.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of that.
So, are you going to do any more DC animated universe films?
Well, actually, I've written the adaptation for Batman Year One, which is another great project. Great. I mean, you know, I'm lucky because that, you know, obviously Frank Miller's original. So that was a great project too. So I'm excited about that. But that's a year away, so you know.
A lot of people are waiting for that.
Yeah, and it have been for a while. I understand, but you know, it's funny because I just get these projects and I think these are cool. This is great, and I kind of go to work on them without realizing the whole network and fan base and all this stuff. And I try not to think about that because that would definitely start to, you know, like freak me out. Oh my God. But it's good. It was a lot of fun. It's great.
That's great. Excellent. Well, thank you for talking to me.
Oh, my pleasure.
On behalf of Superman Homepage, thank you.
All right. You bet.